Hey guys, welcome back. Today's video is a really fun one, but also one that was really difficult to put together, and I'm going to be sharing with you my top favorite MAC eyeshadows. Now, I'm doing this in a collaboration with Natalie from Flowerbomb31, so of course she's going to be doing her top 10 as well, and we decided to do top 10, which didn't really end up at 10 because I knew that it would be way too hard to just pick 10. So let's just do it this way. I have 10 favorites and then I have 4 honorable mentions. So if you want to call it just my favorite MAC eyeshadows, or if you want to call it my top 10 plus 4, however you want to play it, that's what it's going to be. I personally love watching MAC related videos here on YouTube, and just like favorites, starter kits, you know, blushes, whatever, different MAC related products, because MAC is fun. And so what me and Natalie have decided to do is to make this into a series. So we're gonna do like MAC favorites. So today's eyeshadows, and actually a few months back, actually a while back, and I'll link the video below, we did MAC favorites, highlighting and sculpting products. I can't remember the name of the video, but it's basically like favorite highlights and like, yeah, sculpting. So shaping and sculpting products. So I'll leave that video below. And if you are watching this video and you're a MAC lover, join the club. I am doing another MAC related series with Laura from MrsLolaLynn. We're doing like MAC eyeshadow combos. So we started that just recently, so I will link my first MAC eyeshadow combo video down below, just where we both do a tutorial or a quick look using MAC eyeshadows. If you do have MAC eyeshadows, or if you're going to be interested in getting any of the ones that I share with you today, then you can definitely get some ideas of how to use them in the tutorials or the quick looks. I did more of a tutorial. I think Laura did more of a quick look. There's the long intro. I am a little bit sick still, so my voice is a little bit nasally. I'm sorry, there's nothing I can do about it, but let's just jump in. Don't forget to check out Natalie's video. I'll have that link below, as well as her channel. I love Natalie. She knows her high-end products. She's just a sweetheart, and I just love her. So in no particular order, because I can't do an order, I mean, no. Let's just get started. Okay, so first up I have Pink Freeze. This was one of my first MAC eyeshadows ever, and I don't hear anybody talking about it. At least I don't think so. Pink Freeze is the first on my list. Again, these are not in a particular order, just so you know, but I don't know if that matters or not. But Pink Freeze is one of the first eyeshadows that I ever got, and I remember she was, when I went to a MAC counter at a Nordstrom, she was putting, this was years ago, so it's before I like did YouTube and stuff. She was putting on some eyeshadow, and I was having her recommend colors for me, and she put on Pink Freeze. She put on Pink Freeze as a highlight on one eye, and she put Naked Lunch on the other one. And just on my fair skin, the Pink Freeze just looked so beautiful, and it looks kind of scary, but it's absolutely beautiful. And I love it for a highlight. I love it as a lid color. I just have an obsession with pink, like light baby doll, not even baby doll, but like pastel pinks, and just beautiful light girly colors, I guess you could call it. I just think they're so feminine and so romantic. This would make a beautiful Valentine's Day color. I know that's coming up. Just like all over the lid with like a darker color in the crease. For fair skin, it's just so beautiful. Now if you have medium skin, it might be a little bit stark as a highlight, but check it out for sure. Like I said, I don't hear a lot of people talking about it. And so I'm gonna read you the MAC description, or the description that's on MAC's website, which can really be hit or miss, usually miss. But this is just jumped right out of my hand. Did you guys see that? Okay, so this is a frost finish, and it's described as a bright pink with icy pearl. Speaking of Naked Lunch, later on after that trip where she tried on both, I didn't get Naked Lunch then, but I got it later, and Naked Lunch is just that beautiful, has like a peachy hint to it, and it's definitely a highlight on fair skin, probably even up to medium skin. It's just so beautiful, it's so smooth, and Naked Lunch is a frost finish. And don't be scared of a frost. I know frost can have a weird or maybe a bad connotation for some people. I just think if you use correctly and used, you know, lightly, they're really beautiful. So Naked Lunch, again, is a frost, and it's described as a minimal pink with shimmer. I would definitely say it's a beigey, almost like a beigey, peachy pink. It definitely has some peach in it, so Naked Lunch. I guess I should put it out there before continuing that my collection of eyeshadows, this is what it looks like, or my top favorites for this video. It's not necessarily, I mean, it probably could be, but it's not necessarily a complete eyeshadow collection. So just keep that in mind. I mean, you could definitely use it and not, you know, but there's a couple other colors as far as like putting together a complete palette that I would choose. These are just my like individual favorites, if you will. So next up is Vex, and it's like, it looks gray, and it is. Vex is a frost finish. It's described as a beige with pink green pearl. It is so unique, and I just think on green or blue eyes especially, it just like goes on like a grayish beige, but then it picks up like a peachy pink, that green like almost shift duochrome, and I just love it. So it's a different color, it's super unique. It's kind of weird, if you will, but flattering all at the same time because it's not super intense. So I love Vex. I mean, I love all these. These are my favorites, so I'm going to be saying that a lot. And I am wearing all MAC eyeshadows today on my eyelids. So I will, if I remember, I'll tell you which ones I have on as we go. And I'll have it below as well. Next is Motif, M-O-T-I-F. Another really plain, boring, standard looking in the pan, but so beautiful on the swatch and on the lid. It goes on the lids somewhat sheer, but it does have like a weird shift, or an interesting shift, I should say. And so Motif is a frost finish. I think I have like mostly frost finishes. There's a trend. But it is described by MAC as a gold peach with pink pearl. So yeah, you can definitely see like the shift in there. It looks orangey, like a sherbet, like a soft sherbet orange color. And then it has that pink and almost like a goldy silver shift, or yeah, just like a shift to it, like depending on how it catches the light. So I love Motif. Super unique and just beautiful, especially on green eyes. Most of these picks are going to be flattering mostly on green eyes because I have green eyes and I like to play up my eye color. So, but regardless, they're going to be beautiful, you know, on everybody. Next is one that is really hyped up and talked about a lot on YouTube. It is Shroom. And Shroom is a, a satin finish. Actually, that's surprising. I would have said it would be like a frost or a Volux pearl, or I don't know. But anyway, it's a satin finish described as a soft beige with shimmer. This is a neutral highlight color for a lot of skin tones. For me, or other fair skin people who wear this is actually a beautiful like all over lid color. It's not super different in shade ranges than my fair skin or light skin people that are gonna wear it. So it's a good lid color. Not necessarily like the most dark highlight color. It's a very natural highlight color, I think. And I'm wearing this today just like on the tip, or not the tip, but right under my brow arch and then on the inner corner. Absolutely love this. This color and the next color that I'm going to share with you made it into my yearly favorites. So the two eyeshadows that I reach for the most and that I think a lot of people would love, it's just the most beautiful neutral as in not too yellow, not too cool toned or pink toned. Alright, and the next is Soft Brown, talked about by a ton of people on YouTube, but for a good reason. It's that perfect transition color. You can put it in your crease to start an eye look. You can blend out darker colors or whatever colors in your crease with it. And it's just great across the board. A lot of different skin tones. Unless you are super dark skin tone, it probably wouldn't work as a great transition color. And if you're super fair, you still have to be careful with it because it is, you know, a couple shades darker in tone than your natural color. So I have another eyeshadow to show you that's a little bit easier to work with as far as a transition color for a very light transition color. So this goes even a little bit Does that make sense? For a transition color, basically you want to go like maybe 2 shades darker than your natural skin tone for the like contour in the socket of your eye. What I'm trying to say is this is a good one for a lot of different skin tones. Really easy, super neutral, not super warm, not super cool. And this is a matte finish, soft golden peachy brown, which is pretty true. It's definitely more neutrally. Next up is Retrospect, which is this guy here. Retrospect is a luster finish described as a beached blonde. So I just love this one all over lid. Basically that's how I use it, and this is what I have on my lid today. It's almost like a hybrid of a cool and a warm tone in one, see? And it's just, it's like goldy or bronzy, but it's also taupey at the same time. It's really cool, and I don't know what beached blonde means. That's like the most awful description ever. So I love Retrospect for just an all over lid color. Super easy but cool and interesting at the same time, given that it's almost like bronzy but taupey at the same time. So Retrospect. Next up is spelled H-A-U-X. I believe it's pronounced as Haux. Forgive me if I'm wrong. And it's this beautiful rosy color. It's like a rosy brown. I'm just so into these colors. I think they're so flattering. And Haux is, I actually have it in my crease today. Haux is a satin finish described by MAC as a soft muted rosy brown. I mean, that's exactly what it is. This is just a perfect crease color. You can see it on my lids. I just think it's so beautiful. And I love mixing a more like rosy, cool toned color with a more warm tone. Even like these two together, I don't know, I wouldn't necessarily think this one is Retrospect that I have on my lid. Like I wouldn't think that those would be a beautiful combination, but it turns out, and I just love it. So anyway, number 8 is another one that I just don't hear a lot of people talking about very often, and it is Bamboo. Now this is going to be great for fair skin, probably not good for darker skin, medium or darker skin. And I love this Bamboo color because it is just perfect as the transition color. Like the first color you lay down, that crease color that will help other products blend out a lot better. It's super light. It's almost like a pale, it's described as a light beige with peach. So it is more of a yellowy or warm based, and it's a matte finish. So compared to soft brown, which I know I talked about, this one is soft brown. See, you can see that soft brown is a little bit darker in tone. And so Bamboo is just going to be easier and easier to just slop in there without having to work hard to blend it, because you're not, it's going to be so, what's the word, subtle as a transition color that you don't have to work that hard at blending it out if you're super fair. And then next up is one, I think this was actually, this might have been one of my first MAC eyeshadows ever. Not the same one, obviously, but this color years and years ago. This is Embark, and Embark is a matte color and it's described as an intense reddish brown. This is just so beautiful, obviously in the crease to deepen it up. I also like to use this as an eyeliner, as a shadow eyeliner, and on brown eyes, yes, but especially on blue or green eyes, this color will make them just fierce, like pop. And I love it. I love this with just a shimmery champagne color, like a Stila Kitten eyeshadow color, all over the lid with Embark in the crease, and it's just so beautiful. Next up is Antiqued. This one here. Antiqued is a Volux Pearl described as an ash brown with bronze. So in the pan, it does look just like a reddish bronzy color. I don't really know where they get the ash from because it's pretty reddish bronze, but it's just so beautiful. And I actually have this on the outer part of the crease. So I had Haux, I hope I'm saying that right, on most of the crease, and then I just deepened it up a little bit with Antiqued. And although it is a Volux Pearl and it has that little bit of shimmer to it, it's still beautiful in the crease and smooth and just good stuff. Beautiful color. And the next is Patina, which is this one here. Patina is a frost finish described as a taupe brown with golden pearl. So again, one of those colors that is a hybrid of cool and warm all at the same time. It's so pretty. It's almost like an antiqued gold, but it does pull cool, like almost a grayish, but it also pulls that gold out of it. So absolutely beautiful. I mean, in the crease this would be beautiful, or it is beautiful, and I like it all over the lid too. Next up is All That Glitters. Now, All That Glitters is a Velux pearl described as a beige with gold pearl. And now this one honestly is a little bit chunky. It can apply a little bit chunky, but it's just, you can't go wrong with that color, I don't think. It's a beautiful, like, peachy pink sheen, flattering, will make your blue eyes and green eyes really pop, and it's just beautiful. So, I mean, if I had to pick like a legit just 10, that probably wouldn't make it in there, just because it's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of a given that it's a good one and probably dupeable. I mean, they're probably all dupeable, but you know what I'm saying. And I know I'm probably going to get some questions as far as like what Makeup Geek ones are similar. And I know that the Bamboo color is going to be really similar to, let me see. So Bamboo is going to be super similar to Makeup Geek Beaches and Cream. This is MAC Bamboo. This is Makeup Geek Beaches and Cream. But I'm trying not to make this video like a dupe video. Alright, well, I do have a number 15 eyeshadow to share with you. I was debating whether to shout this out in this video because it's discontinued. You cannot get it on the MAC website or at a Nordstrom counter. I don't think so, but you might be able to find it at a CCO, which, if you're not familiar, is a cosmetic company outlet. So it is this one here called, nope, that's the wrong one. That's Bamboo, but it's very similar to Bamboo. It is Samoa Silk, and it's like it's described as a brightened peach orange. It's a matte finish. And again, it's just going to be that perfect, really easy transition color for fair skin. So this is Bamboo and this is Samoa Silk. So you can see that they're really, I mean, really similar. So I just wanted to throw that one out there. If you have it, it's a good one, and if you don't have it, maybe look for it at a CCO if you're ever at one. Alright guys, so those are my MAC favorites eyeshadows. Let me know, of course, what your favorite ones are. I would love to know if there's any that I don't have that I should check out. Also, don't forget to check out Natalie from Flowerbomb31. Her video, her favorite MAC eyeshadows will be listed below. Let me know, and let Natalie know if you want to, what favorites, MAC favorites, you would like to see next. I think we're probably going to do favorite blushes next, but just give us ideas of different categories you would like to see, like top favorites of. It'd be helpful. And like I mentioned in the beginning, I will have that MAC favorite sculpting and highlighting products video linked below, so you guys can check that out. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you're not subscribed, I would love for you to join my YouTube family, so subscribe. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.